one thing that might be helpful is when we look at, like, let's take one of your audiences, for example, and it's the audience journey. And this is what we do for episodics for television. So film is different than TV because TV, you are answering, a lot of different questions and you create new questions in every episode. But if you watch the whole season, there's an actual storyline. But within each episode, there's also its own storylines. So it's like you can look at the overall goal and have some sort of structure of what you want to share with the value you want to give your audience. Like if they come in at this point, what would make sense logically to share with them, and then kind of brain dump into chat or Loom or wherever and find that loose structure. And then once you have that, in between, you can have those videos where you're just free flowing. So that becomes the tangent, right? Where you can just go, but then you know that for someone coming in, if they need that structure and you're wondering, am I giving something to my audience? Am I giving them something, or am I just creating content? They'll have both. And that way people will resonate with different parts and they might like it all. And depending on how we're feeling, we like watching different things at different times. They might really resonate with this, or right now they really need structure and they just really need that piece. So I never like to cut anything out. I always want to find a way to fit everything in. And again, this goes back to the structure. If we create that structure and the boundary of this whatever course or these next 10 videos or whatever this next 2 months, however you want to do it, we look at it like, okay, and that's how seasons of a TV show works. Okay, in this season, what are we going to do? What are we going to do in this chunk of time? I want to make sure we have this, this, and this, make sure we tell that. And then within the gaps, what can we fill it with? And so from there, you can really let that inner child play and explore, but still have that topic. So it's staying within, the content that your audience is expecting. And I think that, and it is a process. And when you have the two, I'm sure that there's some sort of synergy between them to some degree because it's coming from you. You are the origin. And so for myself, I have the community, I have my YouTube, and I have my podcast. They're slightly different, but I'm now also in my process finding the through line. So when I find the connection, and in the beginning, it was all just, okay, it's there, but I don't know how it connects yet. And when you do make the connection, then at that point, maybe it'll feel easier for you to offer to both, and maybe it becomes one or maybe it stays separate, but then then you don't have that feeling of like, oh, I feel like I'm not doing anything because they're both there. So starting back at the origin, knowing that's like the end goal. I love mapping things out. I use Miro to map it out, and I've refined it and pared it down, pared it down, pared it down. And then once you get back to the origin and start from there, you will find the connections. So going back to the podcast, I knew originally I wanted a podcast. I knew it was out there somewhere. And my friend is coming in with her podcast and we're talking about all those things. But now I was like, oh, it happened. I just focused on the community. I focused on this message, connecting to my audience. And then as I did that, things started to, like, little seedlings popped up that I was like, oh, right, that actually connects over here. So then I made the connection, and now it feels more seamless to make the bridge. And that might happen for you between your two communities as well. And it could be, again, within the same, or it could be separate. That will come in your process, but that might help to like have that overall structure and keep it big. And you can always come in and closer and closer and closer. And you can do it in groups too, to like help you. Because this one chunk, okay, we're going to do this. I launched all those videos, and then this is all the stuff I learned. I'm going to do another chunk the next season, and then I'm going to do this. And then from there, you really find your way and find your process. Because I think that process, a lot of your learning of how you work and what feels authentic and what feels organic, but then also having that clarity and structure really comes to light when you kind of go in this way and give yourself grace with these blocks of structure.